Welcome to the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast, where we explore, explain, and discuss what makes us a whole lot of woman in today's society. I created the Whole Lotta Woman brand to embrace the 4 traits that I feel make someone a whole lot of woman in today's world, and those are beauty, brain, strength, and standards. We'll be covering a variety of topics from relationships to real estate. If you would like to join this sisterhood, please subscribe, share with a friend, and stay tuned for more.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of. I've been refined, beauty's divine. All things in God's time. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman.
All right, welcome to the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast. So today's episode, we're going to be discussing reputation. And in the studio with me, I have my friend Breezy. Breezy, say hello.
Hello, what's going on, you guys?
And Breezy, tell us about yourself really quickly.
Of course. Hey, my name is Bree. I am Charlotte bound, born and raised. I've been here all my life. I'm a twin, and I love family. I love, speaking about different things, and I love empowerment. So you got this Southern Belle right here with a little bit of Tennessee with some boss as well. So Queen Breezy in the house.
All right, and so for the first segment, which is beauty, we're going to be discussing aesthetic and assumption. And the first thing I want to talk about is women that give the overly sexual aesthetic, like overly flirtatious kind of vibe. So what I mean by that is the girl that has her breast pushed up in the grocery store, maybe butt cheeks out, the just out of place for wherever she's at. You're just dressed like you at the club at all times. And think about women that they do that. The reasons they're doing it is for attention, but the attention you get, is it worth it? Because if a dude is trying to bag you because he sees your breast out and stuff like that, how he gonna treat you when he gets you?
That's a fact. And it's not worth it. Because if I met you, you got on booty shorts, I see your thong, I see your breast, how am I supposed to respect you?
Right.
How is that possible? If I met you on this type of wave and then you come tomorrow with a suit on, I'm confused. I don't even know how to act.
Right, or you want to be like, okay, so he meets you with your titties and butt out in the grocery store, then he get your number. He might be trying to hit you tonight for those reasons, but then you wonder why he ain't trying to take you serious in 2 weeks.
Why
like
he not wifing me?
Yeah, why he ain't trying to be serious with me, girl? He just keep calling me after dark.
Because that's what you was giving. That thought, night when we met.
Yeah. No, that morning when we met and you had your titties out in food line.
At the grocery store.
At 7 o'clock in the morning.
You wanted my attention.
Yeah.
And you wanted to come to my house tonight because that's how I'm going to treat you.
Yeah.
That's how you look.
That's how you look. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
I thought we were.
Yeah, that's on the same page.
Speaking the same language.
Yeah.
I'm the only one confused.
Oh, you wanted to take it serious. Oh, you serious? You take yourself serious?
Uh-uh.
Like what you...
And then be mad, like you said, in a month because he only call you after 2 when he drunk because he already know what's going on.
Yep, he's going to definitely hit you after he come from the club.
First impression is the best impression.
And he might not take you out to eat. He might not, because he don't know how you going to come out. I can't bring you around my mama with your titties out like that. I don't know.
I just saw you at the grocery store with your titties out. You not coming to the Sunday dinner.
And you got dressed to go to the grocery store like that. Like, you ain't coming from somewhere and had to run in the store. Like, no, this is how you look on your day-to-day.
That's you. That's that first impression.
Oh, yeah, it's like a time and place for that. So, a guy might see you in the club with your titties and your short skirt on, and he know you like that because we're at the club. So, even if he bag you, he still might want to take you out to eat or something like that. He know that he can still take you places. But if he meets you, you giving bike week on a Tuesday, morning.
It's like he don't even know what to expect from you.
You dropping your kids off, or you come to your son's football game and you got all this going on. You trying to take attention off the field.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. Now, okay, if we in Vegas, it's a pool party, whatever.
Exactly.
How your shorts on, how your bikini, do what you do. But if we going around Aunt Tracy, And you got your shorts on. Come on now. I'm going to need you to tone that down.
Or even the leggings with the crop top and your big old butt sticking out.
That's true.
Them
you got to know.
Listen. Don't be no mama.
You got to know.
Don't be nobody mama in no leggings and no
Listen,
short shirt.
I was meeting this 80-year-old woman today. No lie, true story, today. And I knew, those older women, they gonna hoochie-fy you to death. Like, okay. So I knew that I didn't want to wear nothing fitting and all tight and looking like a hoochie mama because I was presenting myself in a different way. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying? It's an 80-year-old woman. I don't want her frowning up on me. I'm just thinking about my grandma like, now, why you got that on?
Now, this wasn't the time, bro.
Right. What I got on? I'm covering we good. Yeah. It's a time and a place for everything.
Because I don't want the attention to be on my breast, on my butt, on my thighs when it's supposed to be elsewhere.
Right. Focus.
And then you got to think about how you kind of come off the other women, too. When you coming around and you doing the most, like...
I don't want you around my man.
I don't want you around my man.
You can't come over here.
Like, girl, we not about to go to the club. I told you my man was over here and you still chose to wear the shortest shorts you could ever wear.
It's the respect thing, too. It's like, oh, hold on now.
Yeah.
We having this, but we can't invite such and such.
We can't.
She do too much.
And especially the girls with roommates. Oh, my God, y'all.
Girl.
Baby. With roommates. It's the roommates. Because I live here. Like, they fit, like, if you got a roommate who can't respect when your man is over and they just giving that, well, I live here, I can do what I want in my house. She don't respect you.
You coming out in your booty shorts with your cheeks out and me and my boyfriend is on the couch watching TV.
And you knew we was out here.
I got a problem with that.
No bra on.
No. You
doing
need
the
to
most.
Have some respect. I got a problem with that.
She come out there asking, what y'all doing? What y'all watching? Titties bouncing. Like... What y'all watching?
Listen, I'm about to move out.
She looking for her charger. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? This one.
Girl, and the bending up, you might try to bend over. It's that wanting that attention.
They be doing the most. Girl. Oh, Lance, he ain't nobody.
No, he's my somebody.
Learns from Players Club. Players Club should have taught y'all. It's always a cousin Ebony out there.
It's always a cousin. Don't be a cousin Ebony.
Don't be a cousin Ebony. Please. She could be your friend. She could be your cousin. But girl, you better watch out for the cousin Ebony's because it's real out here.
You can't come around. I'm sorry.
And then it's a thing I feel like with girls, the small friend, big friend duo. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like that aesthetic in a friend group can cause friction if the women aren't mentally mature. If they can't handle it.
You got to have your mindset ready. You can't be in secret competition with your friends.
Right. And what I mean by small friend, big friend duo is friends with different body types, y'all. Like, for example, me, I'm 5'2", 100 pounds. You know what I mean? And a lot of times my friends are taller than me and stuff like that. Way more curvier than me. Bree's weight is way more.
I'm like 5'9".
Yeah.
A whole lot of women.
A whole lot of women, okay. Ever since, okay?
In every sense and aspect. I'm going to just say that, okay? We are total opposites.
And so, some people can handle that and some people can't. Some people are intimidated. Like, I've had bigger friends that always got to say something about me being so small. You think you cute because it is, or oh, you need to do this, you need to eat, or you can tell
trying to make themselves feel better.
Trying to make themselves feel better is like, okay, why are you so worried about my diet?
Right.
I don't worry about what you eat, and it's like, why we can't just exist?
Yeah.
Why we can't exist?
Why are we even on body types? Like I said, like, I had a friend that was like, oh, people just respect you more because you thick. Like, how is that even a thing? Why would you even say that? I'm like, okay, like, nah.
So thick equal respect. Cool. I got it.
Check. Okay, cool. And that's just, how people feel within themselves. Like, like you got a nice figure. People might be like, why are you so small? You're just mad because you might be insecure about your weight.
Exactly.
Don't talk about how I look.
Exactly. Because I get a lot of compliments on how I carry my petiteness. That's the thing. You got to carry it with confidence. Mm-hmm. I wasn't always confident, y'all. But if you carry yourself with confidence, it projects so much more. Like, you're way bigger than you realize when you have confidence.
Small, but you walk like the biggest thing in the room, honey.
I'm a whole lot of woman, y'all.
A whole lot of woman.
Whole lot of woman.
Okay.
And so watch out for friends that are making subliminal comments though. Like, it might not be negative, but it's something that shows that they're conscious of y'all difference. And that mean, and the low key, the root to that is competition.
That's a fact.
Because why are you so worried about, okay, I'm big, and or if they like big, if they like tall girls, they talk to you. If they like brown skin girls, they'll talk to me.
I've had people say that before.
Like, who
I've
think
had
about
people say that before. Like, you really dissecting this thing. Oh, I just like it when it's just us two because, you know, if somebody like thick, dark skinned women, I know they're coming to you. Somebody like this, I know they're coming to me. People are out of their minds.
Yeah, like, girl, you doing all that math before we go out?
Like, hold on, I just wanted a drink.
I just want to get dressed and go. I thought we was talking about what outfits we was
wanted
wearing.
to see your body. Okay,
yeah,
like, oh my
that's
God.
all I wanted to see. He might not be looking at either one of us.
Right.
Like,
you thinking way too
I'm
much
like, so
into it.
you really thinking about this? Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I ain't really know. And so, also, what you have to be conscious of, don't be that girl that has to have all baddie friends, or you got to be pretty to hang with me. And I get the superficial side of it all. It look cute on the gram, but at the end of the day, those are a lot of toxic relationships because y'all ain't bonding over nothing but something but vanity.
You got anything in common.
No substance to the friendship, no
but
loyalty.
Taking selfies.
But what you gonna do? You gonna go out with your baddie friends. Now your party promoter homeboy done got you in, or the dude you talking to, that's your bae. You talking to him, he got you in the club. Then he see you got a couple baddies in your squad.
He might try to slide.
He gonna try to slide,
and they gonna talk to him because they don't know you like that.
They don't know you. He got pool. He can get us into the boosted party next week. All this kind of stuff. I don't need to wait for him to get you in when he can get me in myself.
I can skip the whole process.
Okay.
I'm plugged in now.
I can't help you want to talk to me.
That's it.
That's
and
it.
girl, I just met you 2 weeks ago.
And
you just wanted to go out with baddies. And look, I'm here.
That's what happens when you bring baddies.
What's the loyalty?
What do you think people was gonna do when they saw me?
Right.
Like,
it ain't no substance with those type of relationships. Oh, I can only go out with the bad friends. Like, I hate when women say that.
Then you be talking about how you ended up stranded at 2:00 in the morning because your friends, this happened, you caught a flat tire and they called themselves an Uber. They called their boyfriends to come get you. They don't trust you around their man, so they didn't even let you in the car. You all this shade being thrown. All kind of stuff. Y'all done got into a fight in the section because it's a whole thing because your guy said you couldn't get on the bus, but they were gonna leave you. Like it's so much.
It's too much. That's why you say it's toxic.
Yeah.
It ain't real.
That's
it's
why
toxic.
when they say go out, you gotta go out with people you trust, y'all. Like, ladies, it's so important. Safety is so important, especially in nightlife. Because
people will leave you, honey. People will leave you.
In the most dangerous situations. And you be like, I thought she was my friend. And you find that your friend will leave you on the side of the road.
They will.
In a whole nother city or downtown.
Whole nother city. You know, they will leave
baby, because the dude wanted to holler at them. Right. You know, and he said you couldn't come. And she got to make the play while she can.
And you know what? A real friend gonna stick beside you. Some of those associates and people you may call your friends,
them associates.
They be like, well, you know,
they don't have nothing to lose.
How we get home, girl?
Like, call me.
We came here together.
If you make it now, they gonna be making Instagram posts when you never make it home. They gonna be like, that was my friend. They gonna post all the pictures y'all took because y'all was cute.
We was just together.
We was just.
Yeah, but what did you do to prevent this from happening?
Besides leaving me.
That's what you did.
Because that's exactly what you did. Call me when you get home, girl.
I'm
like, girl,
I didn't make it.
I told you my phone was dead. I ain't got no Uber.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You know so-and-so, right? No.
I don't.
I don't.
I came here with you.
Yeah.
I'm not even from this city.
Right? Girl, you really gonna do me like this? Now your option is to hang with your guy friend and get down with him, and you don't want to, but it's your only safe way. That's the safest option you got is to sleep with the friend or the friend to get. It's girls that really end up in these situations, y'all.
That's true.
It's
and
really
a lot of people end up either being on the news or reputation all messed up. It's just not a win-win. So you got to choose your friends wisely.
And you lucky if all y'all do is fall out. Ooh. Like, you lucky if that's all that happened. If you make it home safe and your reputation ain't for you'll end up viral tomorrow on some kind of website or something like that, you lucky if all y'all do is fall out.
You know what my mama taught me? It's crazy. So, when you're going out with certain people, right? Whether it's friends, you call your friends or associates, my mama always taught me, act like you drinking a little bit more than you drinking. Take your water shots. Pay attention to how people treat you when you're drinking. Because you have to be aware of, because if you out of your mind drunk, you're not thinking about what's going on around you.
Right.
You're not paying attention to that friend that's like side-eyeing you or trying to get you to do something. But if your friend think you drunk and if you're not, you get to see all the flaw
you
stuff.
Catching all that.
My mama taught me that. Rest in peace, her soul. She put me up on game
Big
early.
Meat, R.I.P. Big Meat.
Okay, love ya. It's smart.
So yeah, ladies, take these, especially y'all young ladies, y'all college girls, high school girls, women. Pass this down to y'all nieces. Pass this down to your daughters. If you listen to this, because this is stuff that can save them in the future for real. For real, that'll stop your daughter from getting roofied. That'll stop your daughter from getting gang. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and just being in the wrong situation, period.
Wrong situation, period. And that'll help girls know who really there for them. Who's a real friend.
True.
Who care about me. Who care about my safety. I don't need nobody around me who I just look cute with on the gram, y'all.
Absolutely not.
And I know I can say this because I'm 36 now. So I've never been the one though that just need a certain type of friends. But it's girls out there. But it's like, it's more than looking good on the gram to life.
It's
like
bigger than that.
These girls is getting taken out of here in all different kind of ways. Sex trafficking, you know what I'm saying? Dudes is roofing these girls. Like, it's time to be real and think about how it's happening.
That's a word.
How it's happening.
Because it's happening. It may start off small. It could be y'all just going out and you get a little too drunk because you don't normally drink as much. And you got those associates that ain't even caring about your safety. So you might end up walking off. They might think you good. You walking off with a dude that's about to, roofie you or rape you.
Exactly.
You have to be careful.
And when y'all go to the bar, when dudes offer y'all drinks, y'all need to go to the bar with them. Do not let nobody bring y'all no drinks back to the section because you don't know what he's slipping in. And you carry the drink back, even if it's you and two of your girls. You don't let him carry the drinks. They so slick with slipping stuff in drinks, y'all. It'll be so quick, y'all. So, and you having a good time and you don't realize your homegirl done went limp over here.
Because you having such a good time.
You lit with your back turned. Your homegirl done went limp on your right hand side. You don't know because you watching the show or you having a good time. You turned up. And somebody done helped her graciously out the section to their car, to their house.
You got to pay attention to that.
By the time you look, and you thought, oh, she must be in the bathroom. You don't notice till she ain't back. She been gone.
Yeah.
That's
a gem. If you are going to the club together or wherever, out of town, I don't care. You gotta stick together. You don't leave your friend because guess what? What if something happened in the morning and she don't make it to the destination?
Her mama gonna be looking at you crazy.
They calling you because y'all were together.
Yep.
I don't care if your friend says she having a good time and she's good to go. You want to have, hey friend, turn your location on. We need to know where you are. That way, if friend don't start she stop answering, you know exactly where they are.
And also, because I've done this on trips, so I've been on trips where you had that one friend that ain't on the same accord as other friends, you know what I mean, as the group. So, she done hit us at the last minute. It's been for real. Like, we had a good time at the club. We was in the section with the guys or whatever. We come out the club and it's a guy out there in a nice car. And so we see him, we talking to her, whatever. I'm talking to his homeboy. I turn around like, girl, you ready to go to the car? She like, oh no, I ride with him. So I'm like, oh, what you mean?
Hold on,
like, what you doing? So she already got her mission set. And like, mind you, like I said, I'm 36 years old. I'm grown. She grown. So I can't tell her what to do. But all I could do was on the low, because I see you moving faster than what I can keep up with. I took a picture of him. I took a picture of his license plate, whole whip. I took a picture of the whole scenario, her beside him. I got it. And I didn't say, let me take a picture, y'all. I was doing it on the low, y'all. Don't be putting dudes on blast. Don't put yourself on blast.
Be smart about it.
Yeah, always be smart.
Take a picture of that tag.
Take a picture of the tag, because guess what? It was expired and it was a rental car. So if anything had to happen to our dang on friend, we really had no way of tracking her.
That's true.
We literally had no way.
It's so true. You made a good point, because you can't tell everybody what to do.
Nope.
You might have the friend that's like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
you're not their mama. You can't tell them what to do. But take those precautions. Like, definitely tag, location, figure out where you are, because God forbid, if anything happened, we own you. We own it.
We own it.
We know exactly where to find you and where you been.
Yep. And I'm gonna cuss you out once you get safe about messing up our trip because nobody told you to do that.
Girl, you scared her.
Yeah, and we did get on her. So, but yeah, y'all, that's aesthetic and assumption. I know we kind of went off on a safety tangent.
But there was some good nuggets.
Yeah, but we can always go off on safety because that's gonna always be a factor. That's always the number one factor in anything we do. And when we teaching these young girls lessons, safety is always gonna be the first thing in the game.
Absolutely.
So make sure, like I said, you pass those gems on. But we'll see you in the next segment. Okay, so for the brain segment, we're going to focus on how reputation is created and a little bit of character assessment. So the first thing I think girls accidentally get a reputation just from believing men and being naive. So, we've all been young and believe something a guy said. But you got to think some girls, they fall in love with Rodney because he told them XYZ and she slept with him. And then 2 months later, she might have met a new dude and believed what he said and she slept with him. Mm-hmm. So it's not like she's trying to be promiscuous, but naive and just...
And it's just adding up. It's just adding up. You trust this guy's word,
Mm-hmm.
He said this, he said that, and you might be believing that. 2 months down the line, it's over. Then you're on to the next believing and, trusting. And before you know it, stuff is stacking up.
The numbers start adding
math ain't mathing,
yeah, girl. It's like, girl, then you got to slow down and take some time for yourself.
Relax. Yeah, you got to relax.
When women say, I'm trying to focus on myself.
That's what that means.
That's what that means. I need to slow the hell down. I got to slow down. I'm tripping.
To relax. It's only too many, little one night stands and, believe everything that you need to kind of have on your record.
Yeah, so at some point you got to start learning. You got to start understanding that men can be manipulating you. You can't just fall for whatever he said and think that's going to be your excuse after a while, too. It's one thing when you're young, but you can't be 27 talking about, he said he loved me.
Right.
It's like, but girl, he slapped you. He don't answer your calls. He do all the things to show you. You see the signs.
You see
other girls calling your phone.
That's one of those, you got to keep it real with yourself.
Uh-huh.
You gotta really okay, look in the mirror, all right, what we really doing?
Yeah, it's one thing not to tell your homegirls what's really going on, but when you know yourself that this ain't adding up, you gotta exit the situation. And then some girls, I feel like they end up having a reputation because they carry themselves, even when they're in a relationship, they still carry themselves like they single. Mm. You want to be out in the club. You want to be out in dudes' faces. You want to be in a relationship on Instagram and look like you couple goals. But when you really out here carrying yourself, when you outside with your girls, you just like your girls. Yeah.
Hold on now. So when people see you out, are you single? Are you in a relationship?
Y'all on a break?
What? Which one is it? And then we don't want to start making your man look crazy.
Baby. Because if it come to him before it get back to you, your relationship is a wrap.
Yeah. So you got to have that conscious, okay, if I'm on Facebook with Bae, I need to be carrying myself a certain way at the club with my girls too.
Respect your relationship on and off the gram, even when people can't see y'all.
Yes. Because I'm going to snap to that one.
Yeah. Because it really makes a difference. Like, I get so much respect. You don't know how many times I've been hollered at by dudes, and then I'll be like, oh, I got a boyfriend. And, dudes be like, I don't care. And I'll be like, but I do. And they be like, you know what? All right. Once you show that I got a boyfriend, but you can still might have my number, I'm not giving that energy.
Because, some guys be like, okay, you can't have friends? No, I
can't. I told one dude, he was like, well, let me take you out to eat. I said, you going to take me and my boyfriend out?
Right. Can he come too?
Yeah. He was like, hell no. I was like, so I just told you.
Right.
I thought you were trying to be both our friends.
Because ain't nothing else happening.
Exactly.
It's a wrap.
If he could come along, I'll see if he want to.
Yeah.
I'll see what he say.
That's what I love about you. You know how to respect your relationship. Because it's bigger than, you either in a relationship or you're not, period. You can't be with Bae on Sundays in church, meeting the family, cooking, and then y'all going out on Friday night. You getting everybody's number.
Yeah.
You the most single thing in the city.
Single thing. And just because you say, well, I told him I got a boyfriend. Girl, why did you give him your number? You know when you taking it too far. You know what you're doing.
Right.
So, and you know what leads to the next step. We grown. We know a phone number lead to texting, which lead to chilling, which lead to something else.
That's a fact.
That's how it go. Like,
yeah.
So that was the whole point of giving
Let's
the
go
number.
ahead and stop the man.
Yeah, like
let's stop all of that.
Let's act like we don't know what happened after you give somebody your phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, if y'all don't fall off, y'all go forward. So either way, you cheat and you wrong.
Right. And mind you, you might got some girls that don't entertain, but regardless, when people see you out, you in a relationship, you want to protect your whole reputation. You don't want to be the one that's, she gonna come with us regardless. Right.
And the thing is, ladies, y'all also can't entertain everything that holler at you. Don't holler back just because a dude talking to you. Because 10 dudes can come to you every day. So you got to be talking to, 70 dudes a week? Like, you know what I mean? Gaining a roster.
That's
like
the
that.
math. That math ain't math.
Like, girl.
Okay.
Like, so you have to be exclusive. Like, I had to explain it to my niece one time. Like, she's in college and, she's, talking to dudes and stuff like that. And I told her, like, okay, now make sure you exclusive. Like, don't entertain every dude that holler at you. And, she was like, well, I'm young and this, that, and other. I was like, you're young now.
Right.
I was like, when do you think a reputation starts, girl?
That's a fact.
If every dude, I said, you don't want to be that girl that when the dudes is talking amongst themselves, they can all have a story about you. Oh, I chilled with her. Oh, I texted her. Oh, I did this and that with her. We went to the movies. Everybody got a story about how they did something with you.
Right.
Even if it won't sexual, it don't sound good for everybody to be able to say they spent time.
In your presence. You want to be untouchable. Not even saying it like that, but you don't want to be that person that's, we've been around her. I've been around her doing this. I was just chilling with her. You want to be like, kind of like on some like untouchable, inaccessible stuff. Not to be stuck up, but watch where you put your energy.
And know your worth.
Period.
Like, everybody is not worth being able to say they chill with you.
If you somewhere all the time, it's no value in that. Your value kind of gets smaller and smaller. When you can be accessible anywhere, let's just think about it. Think about celebrities. People pay for their value. If it's a celebrity that's in a club every weekend, why would we pay you to come to the club? You gonna be here anyway.
Right.
Real life stuff. Why would we even pay you attention? Child, you in everybody's section every week. You all over the place. You not exclusive. You not a trophy for me.
Oh, yeah. And you a table chaser.
Table hopper.
Yeah. And another thing is, ladies, do not send nudes. Oh my God, that'll mess you up so bad in so many ways. You think you sending them because, you trying to be spicy and y'all in love or whatever, but you don't know who could get into his phone. You don't know if his homeboy could borrow his phone real quick, see it, send it to himself.
Kids can get into the phone.
Kids put you on TikTok real
Girl,
quick.
You be on TikTok
naked. The baby daddy shark, whatever his name.
Look, the baby shark. Look, the 3-year-old then posted the news.
And you up there in your bonnet and butt naked.
They playing daddy phone, your news all on the gram. Okay.
You looking crazy. You gonna be viral before you can take it down. That's how you gonna find out.
Listen, and then people are kind of like, depending on what type of guy you dealing with or think you dealing with, they might show people your news, show their homeboys.
Send it to the group chat.
They got group chats
Especially these teenagers. Like, y'all gotta,
childish,
girls, y'all gotta, I know when you 16 and 17, 18, you think you gonna be in love with this dude forever. No, y'all might not. Y'all might not be together forever, but them news still in his phone. His new girlfriend he started dating after you, or the girl he cheating on you with, or whatever next chick that go through that phone and find them nudes.
That's a fact.
You can be exposed.
All that recording, even if you like with a guy and all that recording and all of that stuff, you want to be careful about that too, especially like when you're young and stuff. Because this might not be your husband. And then this guy got literally soft porn. They got footage of you doing all type of stuff.
Oh, you don't know what you're going to be in the future. And you don't want that kind of stuff. You don't want nobody being able to blackmail you with that kind of stuff. Like,
we see it all the time in the movies. Like, the big lawyer getting emailed something they did 10 years ago.
Yep.
You don't want to be that person.
Exactly. You trying to run for mayor and this coming up.
All of your little scandals.
All of them. And like, to my girls in college and high school, it's small circles. Like, I know school could feel big, but that's actually a small environment, and word travels fast. And like, a lot of people could not really be your friends that you think are your friends. So watch who you tell your business to. Watch who you do your dirt around, because I know we can give you all the advice in the world, but a teenager gonna do dirt.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, you're gonna live your life.
Yeah, but if we're just talking about protecting your reputation, which is your life at school that your mom and them might not know about, so you got to be conscious of what you're doing to create your reputation or add to it. So don't be out here sending news. Don't be hopping from homie to homie in the circle, thinking that you can talk to anybody you want just because you young and he said he like you or you was cute. Like, I even had a friend that she didn't go to my college, but she kind of met me at the end of my college career. So she was around a lot of the guys that I knew. And she ended up talking to a few of them. And to the point where I had to tell her, don't talk to nobody else from my college, because at this point, you done talked to more dudes than me, and I lived there and went there for 4 years. But also, these guys are friends. Like, she telling me that he said he didn't know him. I'm like, that's what he just telling you. That goes back to the being naive and believing everything dudes say. I was like, girl, we all know each other. They might not be the best of friends. I said, but they know each other. Like, how you don't just believe it because he said it. Like, like, girl, like.
Next thing you know, they are literally walking in the game together. They the best of friends.
They the homies.
And you looking crazy.
You looking crazy. You don't even know if you can speak. You don't know who to say hey to. Phil, are you ready to go?
Listen, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
You feeling this small.
And now I'm pissed off because now you ready to go because you awkward. I'm like, I told you not to talk to her. Look, I told you not to talk to everybody. Mm-mm. And like, sometimes, and we're going to get into this more in the next segment, but sometimes your character can protect you from somebody creating a bad rep about you.
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's something, you guys. That's why it's important to have a good character overall. Like, me and Bree like to say, my good name.
My good name.
My good name.
I can't mess up my good name.
That's
one thing I won't do.
And I ain't gonna let you mess up my good
Can't
name.
mess up my good name.
So that's just what you gotta protect. If that's what you gotta say in your head when you dealing with these homegirls and these dudes, like, you know what? I ain't gonna let you mess up my good name.
I can't even do that. And that may be, you can't go everywhere with these people.
Yeah.
You can't be doing everything.
You're gonna have to miss some sets because it ain't gonna be for you.
It might not be for you. You might not want to hang, in the park at 3:00 in the morning smoking with somebody.
Exactly, because what you don't know is that your girl might eventually start doing something else in that park. Mm-hmm. And regardless if you do it or not, if you do it, they gonna call you something. Even if you don't, they still might say you did, and they gonna call you something.
Right? Like, we was both chilling with them both in the park.
Yeah, they was. So I heard you be at the park with the boys. I know how you get down. Exactly. Ain't nothing going on in the park at 3:00 with
open legs.
Exactly.
And other stuff, honey.
So sometimes you guys can contribute. I mean, not you guys, but all of us. Doing your actions can contribute to your overall reputation. So it ain't always something somebody put on you. Mm-mm. It could be the way you're carrying yourself and your own actions. So always assess that and make sure you're carrying yourself with class and respect, because you never know at all times, because you never know how it could come back around.
That's a fact.
And just to give you guys an example of how life can be come around full circle, because some of you guys might be like 19, 20, so you're not even old enough for stuff to come back around yet. So I'm 36 now. I met my boyfriend when I was 31. Now I met him through a mutual friend. He's from Charlotte. I'm from Durham. Now, when we met, he first asked me, oh, do you know this guy? I was like, oh, yeah, I went to college with him. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, I work with him. He said you was a good girl, this, that, and the other. Next week, oh, you know this guy? I was like, yeah, I went to college with him too. And he was like, yeah, he said you was a good girl. I was like, okay. So there's two examples of people he knew from my past.
Reputation
that gave me good reviews.
It preceded you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then another time, my boyfriend said, oh, you know this guy. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know him. He was like, I said, how you know him? He said, because I used to work with him. And he said, yeah, I grew up with him. That's my boy. Like, that was my boy coming up. Like, And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah. He said, I told him that I go with you. He was like, oh, yeah, you're going to be happy. She a good girl. So I was like, okay. That was another good recommendation for somebody I knew from my adult life, though. And because I wasn't doing too much at work.
You was wild, right?
Yeah, I wasn't doing too much at work and being that work hoe pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
That's the gem that you're saying, because, just because you meet people in different walks of life don't mean that rep ain't gonna carry you.
Exactly.
And that is the facts. Whether you were like in middle school, high school, college, you might meet somebody down the road 10 years ago that knew these people.
Exactly.
You don't want to, to be the same.
Now, if I had been the work jump off with everybody, like, oh, yeah, she was, and that was 7 years ago.
Right.
So,
but still, and it carries.
It would have carried a lot of weight coming from somebody that he grew up with, that he known his whole life.
Absolutely. I mean, and just to put it in layman's terms too, right? Whether you were, whoever you are, if you was a big gangster back in the day, but you didn't went to church and cleaned up, they gonna always say, yeah, she used to bust heads back in the day, but she didn't change her life. Yeah. But they gonna always bring up that reputation that they know you from.
Exactly.
It's full circle.
Exactly. So, like I said, it's something that you guys have to be conscious of at all stages of life. So, think about it. Character goes a long way, and it can help control the reputation that people are try not to create about you.
Okay? Keep that good name.
Keep your good name, y'all. Keep your face clean.
Keep it clean.
All right. So, like I was stating before briefly, your character can actually help protect you when somebody is trying to create a bad reputation for you. Because if people truly know you, it's certain stuff that they're just not going to believe.
Facts.
Like, it's just certain stuff they're not going to believe. Nobody can come to me and say, Bree stole all their money and scammed them. Because it's like,
who? Bree what?
That ain't even her character. Nobody can tell me she's lazy and she not about her business, because she's very much on her mark and she's very much on her business. So,
based off, what you give people, it's like, hold on now. I've been knowing her, and every time I meet her, she is this way. You can not a person in the world can tell me she's another way.
Exactly. So always try to have good character, because that makes it more difficult when somebody try to ruin your reputation. They can only do that to people who don't know you. They might, to the people that's not going to actually come and confirm something with you or don't know you on a personal level. But at the end of the day, they don't matter either, because you don't know me.
You don't even know
So
them.
it's no point in trying to convince people that don't know you enough to even...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know I read this saying in this book. I forgot what the name of the book is. It was like, every day is an interview. And what that means is every day you present yourself like an interview, and whatever that looks like for you. So if your character is, you want to be on your grind, you want to be this person, you want to be, successful, you need to present yourself in that way, and that comes into your reputation, your character. So if you are the person with the good rep, good character, somebody who's honest, somebody who's caring, that should be oozing from you. You ain't even got to tell people that's you, because when people meet you, once they have a conversation where you're going, oh my God, Nikita was just so nice. Like, she was so funny. Like, I love her. Like, she's just a good soul.
Yep.
That's your character, your reputation.
You don't have to walk around saying, I'm humble.
Yeah.
I'm
like, real humble.
I'm real humble.
Are
I'm
you
like,
really?
so how humble are you to tell me this every time I see you?
Like, every time.
That's always, like, on your pictures. You always have to put humble.
The humble one.
Stop filming homeless people.
Girl, I hate when people do that. Please,
I hate it.
Please, let's just take away something from that. Girl, why? If you really trying to help somebody, do you really got to embarrass them and put them on film? Really?
That's exploiting their life, just to try to make yourself look like a good person.
People, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it at the kindness of your heart. You not let me show y'all what I'm doing today, y'all.
I'm like, this Earl, he a veteran. He been
Earl
down for
crazy. He don't want to be on camera. Like,
why you gonna do Earl like that?
Earl just trying to feed his family.
You said you was gonna give him $2. He ain't know he had to go through all this. Like you should put out that man through all this
was
with $2.
Really worth it? Come on now.
Earl finna say, keep your daggone $2.
You better keep
I got pride. I got dignity.
Earl all over Facebook and TikTok because you wanted to prove a point today. Like, are you really humble? Do you really be helping, or was you trying to get a pat on your back?
Then you done took the picture and forgot to give him the $2.
Come on. Girl gonna jump on you.
You started trying to see how many likes he got.
Girl gonna be
You asked her what caption to put there, and they be like, all right, bro.
You delete
it. Hold on. Let's get another.
I really hate to see people do that. If you're gonna do something, do it. Why do you gotta film it?
Yep. And another thing is, when people try to tell you, they do something to you and they say it's out of their character. I ain't mean to do that. So it's one thing. Let me explain what out of character is. It's when it's not your normal behavior.
Period.
If you known for cussing people out and being rowdy, that's your character.
That's you.
So when you cuss out the lunch later, you cuss me out as your best friend. You can't say, call me back and apologize. Say, girl, I'm sorry. I was just I was just out of it. I was just going through. No, girl, this is what you do.
You do this every week.
That's your problem resolution skills.
That's how you do.
That's exactly.
This ain't nothing that's just random, and I'm so shocked. Actually, I knew once you get a little too many.
Yeah, that's how you be. So think about that friend that is always flirty with dudes all around. When you bring your dude around, she's flirty and stuff like that. And then you say something to her about it, and she be like, "Oh, I ain't noticed. I was just drunk, girl. I was on the pill. You know, these kids, they be saying all kind of stuff.
I was drunk. I was on the pill.
Yeah, they be saying they be on all kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to be realistic, like, you know. And it's like, girl, no, you act like that when you was sober too, because you was looking at him and all this kind of stuff.
Because I peeped you and I thought I was tripping. But you keep doing it.
Yeah,
and it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Hold on.
And then when you took the pill, you really showed out. You got on them daggone pills.
Not the pills.
Not the pills, baby. You know these kids. I said, they be on all them drugs.
The pills.
I'm like, child. Them daggone kids. I'm like, then you really started showing out.
Then you going real hard.
Yeah, so it's one thing when you have to give your friend the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, so if you hear something about your friend and it's like, you know, she stole my money when I left it at her house. You know, I left it sitting out and I stole her. And you know that ain't your friend character or nothing like that.
It's like, nah.
Yeah, so it's like that's out of character for your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody come to you about that friend, and that friend do have a little history of stuff going missing, when they come around, they like, you know, she stole my money. I was like, dang.
I can see that.
Damn, she's still stealing.
Right.
That's when you
it's
like,
one of those, like, I kind of believe
that. Like,
dang. It ain't too far fetched.
Yeah, like, dang, I can't really put it
Somebody
down.
tell me, like, yeah, Nikita just a nasty individual. She be stealing. I'm like, Nikita, who?
Yeah, I like it.
What?
Nikita, who pull up on Facebook?
What we doing? Are we serious?
Like
your reputation and your character is gonna always precede you.
Yep. And the thing is, okay, keep this in mind, y'all. Character is who you truly are within and who you are as a total package. Reputation is more like the label your peers are putting on you. Mm-hmm. So you can't control everything, but you can control the perception you give people by how you act. You need to have good character, maintain your good name, carry yourself with class, because you can change your character, change the negative things about you at any time. And that's good that if you want to do those things, you recognize your negative toxic traits. But keep in mind that it's going to take a longer time to change your reputation. It don't change with your character.
That's true.
You don't just automatically get a pass when you start changing or when you get saved. Everybody forget how you used to be back in the day.
Because if you'll cuss Henry out, you might cuss Pastor Fred
out.
Yeah,
it's still in you.
It's in you.
Yeah.
You might be a little loose, a little a little bit.
So you can't get mad when people be like, when you like, that's the old me. I'm like, girl, that's the only you I know.
That's who I know.
I hear what you telling me you are today, but you gonna have to show people you have to work 10 times harder to change the reputation, especially if you had a bad rep.
Absolutely. So if you're young, pay attention to how you carry yourself. In so many words, pay attention to how you act around people. Are you that person that's stuck up? Are you that person that's ghetto? Are you the hustler friend? have that name good. You want to be consistent with your stuff.
Yeah, because it's such thing a good reputation now.
Good reputation is what you want.
Like, dang, she be on it. She, like you said, she a boss. Like, she don't play no games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was telling Bree, like, how she comes across to me, like, when we first met, like, she was real nice. We clicked real fast. And it's like, my boyfriend worked with us. And he told me he could tell. And, like, my boyfriend one of the dudes that he'll tell you like it is. If your friend is a certain way, he gonna tell me that too. Like,
He is blunt.
Yeah. And so he told me, he was like, he's like, you could tell he was like, Bree don't mess around. He's like, she don't flaunt herself. Like I said, Bree got body, but she don't flaunt herself. And he said you could tell that you got to be on your stuff to deal with Bree. You got to have yourself together because Bree projects that. She not walking around saying, you know what I mean? I don't really like to show off my body, but you know what I mean? But it's like, because it's girls that like trying to sell you on.
I don't really like doing all this.
I don't like doing squats at the desk. Like,
okay, girl, you're doing a lot. Please.
Right.
It's so funny because when we was working together, you was like, I found out you was thick lame.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my God. So Bree was working at the job before me, so I just started working there, and we done talked from like desk to desk, but I hadn't really seen her or whatever. 2 weeks in, I happened to look up while she getting off work before she done put on her coat.
Right?
I was like,
cold. It was cold. Okay.
I said, oh my God. Oh, stallion. Y'all, I was like, I did not know she was thick like that.
Found out late.
Cause she ain't up prancing around. Like, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If I was shaped like that, I might be prancing. I might be.
I'm up all day.
Yeah, I'm up all day.
What y'all doing? You need anything?
You want something? I like, you need help? I'm prancing.
It's just different when reputation and your character, that ain't my character.
Yeah,
when you used to some, it ain't about the attention or nothing like
that's
that.
how you can tell you was born with it. You ain't buy it. It's like, this ain't, I didn't just get it last week.
Built not bought.
Yeah.
Look, this ass, we good.
I'm like, it ain't new. I'm used to it.
Right.
It's just me.
You know how people get the new booty.
Yeah.
And they in the mirror every day.
Okay.
Because it's different. It's different.
Yeah, it's a new experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new experience.
Homegrown, baby.
Yeah. I was like, so that plays into corporate. Like I was saying, like, how to carry yourself at work. Now, this girl is built like that. And her co-workers, we don't work in a big call center. Like, we work in a small department. So, for us not to even realize that she's built like that, where most girls would be running up and down the aisles to show it off.
Right.
That just showed me something about her character. And like I said, my boyfriend even noticed it. So somebody that you got a platonic friendship with can notice that about your character. That goes a long way for Bree. It says a lot about her. Because she never said what type of dude she got to take and deal with. It's just what she projects. You could tell she's not going to deal with anybody that's not on a certain mental level. Absolutely. Like, you got to be like,
and you don't got to walk around saying, I only deal with guys with this and all of that. Your energy is going to ooze out. You don't have to tell people what you do and don't do.
Because people, when you go around saying it like that, it's less believable.
Absolutely.
I'm like, you just want me to believe that.
Don't talk about a show.
Yeah, because when you do that stuff, then you show it with a pookie. I'm like, I thought you
was I thought you was on me.
I thought you had a standard.
Okay. Thought it was a boss.
Okay.
You don't supposed to. You gotta be about it, not talk about it. And I've always been humble anyway, so I can't go around saying, I only do this, because do you really? What you really doing?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Right. You gotta go all the way into detail. It ain't believable.
Because you trying to sell a story.
What they say? We don't believe you.
You need more people.
Okay.
Because that's what it really be giving.
Okay,
that's what
need more people.
That's what it gives. And so the last point I want to say for this the strength portion is sneaky links ain't sneaky.
Woo.
Y'all, it only be sneaky and fun for until it explodes. It explodes for different reasons that you guys don't really be foreseeing in the beginning. So it's like you got to think somebody eventually either gonna run their mouth about it because you gonna tell your homegirl who gonna tell her man at pillow talk and he gonna tell somebody.
Pillow talking. And that's how it gets stretched and stretched.
Stretched and added to and sprinkled on and all that kind of stuff. And then you got you find out your sneaky link messing with somebody.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, okay.
So I mean that's some you gotta it's the thin line.
Yeah, cause while we sneak, so we ain't together, we sneaking, so it ain't really official. So he can mess with somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But as soon as you find out he done went public with her, he been sneaking with you.
He been sneaking with you all year.
Yeah. He didn't tell you he been talking to another girl. He just pop out with a girlfriend.
Oh my God.
And you find out yourself on Facebook.
And do you think the sneaky link think they about to make it to the next level?
No. So it's like, so you either gonna stay, now you go from sneaky to side chick. So as you go,
how you gonna act?
How you gonna take that? Like that?
That's not
I'm like, it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah. That's about like finding out they done had a baby or they done got married on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Like, ho.
I didn't even know she existed.
Right. Where's she been?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
And then when you find out they with somebody, that's when you want to expose that y'all been messing around for 2 whole months or we been sleeping together for 2 years. Well, girl, stay in the closet like you been in the closet.
Continue.
Why you ain't staying sneaky?
You been the sneaky
because you jealous now, but you accepted the wrong contract terms.
You accepted the wrong contract terms, child. No, for real.
That's
the word. You accepted the wrong position.
Yeah, like
playing the wrong field.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's on you for real. I'm like, or it could be all good, and then you catch feelings for the sneaky link, and then the sneaky link don't have them same feelings for you.
Like, hold on, I thought this was a 2 a.m. type thing.
Yeah, like so
you calling for brunch? Ho.
Yeah,
what we doing?
You trying to bring him to your homegirl event, like your man, her birthday dinner.
Okay,
you mad because he don't want to come?
He don't want to come. It's an excuse.
You mad, and it's like that's not our thing.
No,
but I just feel like because y'all spend because he let you spend the weekend at his house.
Girl,
he still didn't tell nobody. He still didn't let you post no pictures. So you don't get to go from sneaky to we going to public functions with your girls and you get to claim me and I'm gonna be all on their Snapchats.
Wait a minute, dudes will dodge you real quick. Like, baby, I'm good.
They can't even put themselves in that set.
Okay.
Don't even tell your friends we be talking.
Right.
Like, why they gotta know everything?
It's like, see, that's why you talking.
Yeah, it's like, see, that's why I like to keep my stuff low key.
Right. Like, guys be like, see, I'm more chill. I don't really want to do all that.
Or sometimes they'll manipulate. Like, see, that's why I like you. You don't tell nobody your business. You
Girl,
like to keep
reverse psychology.
They're like, you just like me. You don't really like everybody out of here.
They always look, you just like me. We more chill. We don't do too much.
Yeah, what's understood ain't got to be explained.
Girl,
we don't need all them labels.
Fall for that little line.
Especially, we don't need all them labels. What's understood ain't got to be explained.
No, I need to know exactly what we are.
I'm like, no, let's explain it.
Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you, I was dating this, my most recent, and I was like, for a second, I was like, okay, so, what we doing? I just want to make sure we're on the same page, okay? And we was both on the same page, but sometimes as a woman, no matter how old you are, you need to have that conversation. What are we doing? Because I don't want to be thinking we this and we not.
And be woman enough to have that conversation. And shoot, that's at any age because you out here, if you messing with a dude, you thinking about giving him your body. If you grown enough to give a man your body, you grown enough to say what we doing.
You better talk about it.
You can't.
Don't be shy then.
Don't take your panties off, but you can't say what we doing. But you scared to ask a question.
Girl, listen, there are people really in this world that are scared to like address a guy like, okay, what's going on? Because they don't want to sound pushy. They don't want to sound desperate.
Or they don't want to hear the dude say we ain't doing nothing. That it ain't what they want to hear.
Put your big girl panties on.
Yeah. So it's like, I'd rather not ask than hear something I don't want to hear. So I just leave it in limbo.
Right. But then you start assuming stuff.
And then you catch feelings and then you find out he go with the next girl. And then now you beef with her on Facebook because you done blow. Now you done posted all y'all look. Now you done posted all the pictures you done took of him sleeping. You laying in the bed with him.
He never looked in the camera.
Yeah.
He didn't. He ain't looking at camera.
Ain't going to.
You know he did.
Ain't going to.
He did not.
So now you trying to post them and make the new girlfriend mad.
It's too late.
It's too late, girl. it's not giving like he liked you like he liked me. I'm like, girl, he don't like you, girl.
He's not even looking in the camera.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, I could pull up a picture with more than his arm in it.
She's sneaking the pictures.
And then last thing about sneaky links ain't sneaky. Somebody find out. Now I'll say myself. I had a situation when I was out of work. It was a few years back, and I was out of work, and I had moved back to my hometown. Mm-hmm. And so I ended up dealing with a dude, y'all, that I knew was not on my level mentally at all. But you know, when you down and out, you kind of you just
dumb yourself down a little bit.
Yeah. So it's like I was messing with somebody that I just ain't need to be messing with. And it was just because, like, he was dumb. He wasn't ugly, but he was real dumb. I ain't gonna lie.
That's embarrassing, ain't it?
It's real embarrassing.
I can't take you nowhere.
He was so dumb. Like, that I really did not want nobody to know that we was talking. But, y'all, he would pop up at my parents' house. Mind you, I said move back home. So, this my mama house you popping up. I'm grown. We grown. But it's my parents' house. He popped up at 9 o'clock in the morning one time talking about
9 a.m.
My disabled dad had to went to the door and answered it. He wasn't even supposed to be walking around, y'all. He telling me I got company. I'm like, what you mean?
Company?
I come outside, mind you, I got scarf on, all kind of stuff.
It better be an emergency.
My phone cut off.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You had to pull up.
You had to pull up. I was really looking like, okay. So, I want to talk. I don't care if you want to talk to me at 9 o'clock in the morning. Man. You don't show up at nobody's parents' house 9 o'clock. And the thing is, by the time I get to the door, you ain't even on the porch no more. He back in the car.
Oh, my God.
So, and you ain't got no manners. So, it's just like, oh, my God.
You embarrassing. And what do you want?
Nothing.
You want to see me?
It ain't nothing to talk about at 9 o'clock in the morning.
You about slow. You slow.
Oh, my God. I feel like that's why I said he was a little. He had to be a little.
You waking me up. You waking my daddy up.
He popped up another time, y'all. So I'm out there on the street trying to get him off, trying to get him to ride off real quick. Because my sister at the house, my niece is there. I got family here. Like, oh my God.
You ain't finna family.
And he did. Well, at least in front of my sister, because her nose itself came outside. I'm trying to shoot this man off. I see her coming down the driveway. I'm like, Lord, here come the 52 questions. Here come the questions. I was like, he about to embarrass me so bad. Y'all, I really felt like how dudes be feeling when they don't want nobody to know. Like, that little sneaky leak 2 a.m. come to the door.
Let me come see you. Don't come see me.
Don't you ever come see me. ever. Come by here. Okay? So here she comes. She done asked him, so where you work? This fool done said, it's like a family business. We do, heat the air and cooling.
Better for me.
She said, I ain't asked you what you do. I asked you where you work.
Like, where is it, sir?
His best friend behind him shaking his head like, he ain't got no job. He ain't got no job. I'm over there head in my palm because I'm like, I can't believe it.
You don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't even heard about this family business before.
What business,
I don't know what he talking about. I'm like, please don't let her ask him nothing else. I'm like, I don't even want her to know I'm associating with your kind. Like, good
It's
God.
like you had to embarrass me.
Yeah, I was like,
and you knew one sister was walking down like,
I was like, I know I'm too good for this. I don't need a lecture that I'm going to get because you dumb.
Right.
And I know you
Embarrassing
dumb.
me.
Embarrassing me.
And I ain't for it. We got to keep you at home. I'm going to come see you.
Yeah, I'm going to call you.
Don't call
me. Okay? And see y'all, how that sneaky link. Now my sister knows she done asked some questions. He embarrassed me. Now she think I'm messing with dumb folks.
Now I'm looking stupid.
And now I'm looking stupid as him.
Listen, now you can't even come back from that. Like, hold on.
Messing up my own good name.
Your good name. Your good name.
I'm messing up my own good name because I'm messing with somebody who won't stop popping up at my mama's
house. At 9 o'clock in the morning. Not wanting nothing.
Just to let me know my phone off.
Ooh, that would have irked me so bad, Nikita.
It did.
It would have irked me so bad.
Like, you know how you be so irked, like, you feeling it like your stomach, like, I can't even gather, like, the strength, like, Oh my God.
I'm asleep, and then I'm back at my parents' house too. That's the
There was so
problem.
many levels of disrespect.
I'm asleep, but damn, my parents sleep.
Yeah. First of all, you don't pop up at nobody's house at 9 o'clock in the morning. Second of all, you don't pop up at my mama's house at 9 o'clock in the morning. Third of all, don't even call me at 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's go pop up at my house.
It need to be an emergency. Who dying?
I don't care because we ain't like that. We sneaking.
Yeah.
We ain't supposed to be sneaking.
Don't call me.
Like,
I'm not the one.
Yeah, that's not my duties. See, I don't have feelings for this sneaky link. I knew what it was. He didn't.
He. Also, it was a reverse. He the one coming.
Obviously, you want to talk to me outside of business hours.
Come on now, and that's exactly what it was. The business ain't open at 9 a.m., sir.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
You already know this ain't. You don't.
Listen.
What are you doing?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Would have been at the door.
It ain't even like I introduced him to my parents before, and then like you can feel like you could pop up.
Oh.
You just know where I live. I'm from here. I live around the corner from this man. I stay like 5 minutes. So
girl, come on now.
My parents been living there, so you just know where I live.
And you don't even know my family.
Yeah, like, oh, this ain't like there was an old boy at the door. They don't know him.
Now that's worse.
Yeah.
Now that's real bad. Now hold on now. You just crossed all type of lines.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I know. What your daddy say when it was all said and done?
I mean, he was just asking who that was.
Yeah.
This guy I went to school with. I done tried to play it off, y'all.
Look, my classmate.
Yeah. And y'all
work at the heat and air business.
And y'all gonna hear more about him in the future, y'all.
Yes.
When dealing with hood boys, I was like, they will put. I was like, quick story. He had work in my trunk and I didn't know it. He asked me to take him to his uncle's house in the country. So we go to the country. So he went in the house for a little bit and came back out. We go back to Durham. We get to Durham. He like, oh yeah, let me go in your trunk. So he pulls out some stuff. So
come on, man.
Dudes can put you at risk.
They can
now. So
put
I'm
you
riding
at
with.
risk.
I still don't know how much it was.
Listen, they can put you at risk. I done been through the same thing. Dealing with a guy, mind you, we live together, every day. Dealing with a guy, he was doing his thing or whatever in the streets. Police comes to my house. I'm the one that got the home in my name. You know what I'm saying? So it's all type of charges. It's all type of drugs and everything in there. I'm going to just be real. This is a lesson learned. If you're dealing with a street dude or anything, for one, don't play where you lay. That should always be a rule. Don't play where you lay because you don't want to be wrapped up in that. It wasn't a sneaky link, but I knew I was dealing with somebody that wasn't even on my level and got me wrapped up. Police came. I'm catching all type of felony charges, all type of stuff. It's just one of those things where if you knew better, you would do better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn from other people's mistakes. He might be getting money buying you Louis and all of that stuff, but is he putting you in danger?
Right. And that Louis can only last a month or so. You don't know how long the Fed's been watching him. All that kind of stuff. And that's another way you can ruin your good name. And that's all the way. That's beyond reputation. That's on paper.
That's on paper. That's black and white.
Yeah.
You know how hard I had to fight for my name back?
Yeah.
You don't want to have to go through that.
You do not. And that comes from trying to hold a man down or
absolutely
not ask the right questions and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, that man wouldn't do that for you.
They wouldn't do that for you.
If I had got pulled over, I didn't even know the work was in my car.
Goodness.
It would have been mine. He would have. I know he would have put that on
confessed.
me. Yeah, I know he would have put that on me.
He wouldn't have confessed.
Like,
been there, done that. It was all type of stuff. They're not gonna confess because at the end of the day, you out here playing, but are you ready to do some time?
Right. So you want to be a little trap queen and think it's cute and all this kind of stuff? Don't risk it. It's so much bigger than that moment and that vibe. The consequences to certain vibes be 5 to 10, 10 to 12, 10 to 20. Okay,
it gets serious real quick.
For real, real fast.
And when you in that courtroom, and if you in that institution, you can't look over at him because they might not even be in there.
Oh yeah, he ain't coming. He can't go up in that federal building.
Okay.
He got other stuff going on.
He got other stuff.
Yeah,
and
he got warrants for other stuff. He can't come see you. He can't come see you in prison. Once you get locked up, he ain't coming to the court date. He can't do none of that shit.
I'm gonna tell y'all, keeping that good name. Do not take no charges for no guy. I don't care if it's just one of those things like, it's gonna be a slap on the wrist. Don't mess up your name for anybody. I don't care if this is your best friend. I don't care if it's your husband, honey. Don't mess up your name, because in the reality, will they do it for you?
Nope. And all your name is all you got in this world.
That's it.
And then the thing is, you take this charge, and you got to be a fighter to be able to clear your name like she did. So if you ain't got that,
I was blessed. It could have went a whole different way. It could have went a whole different way. You know, imagine dealing with somebody. You know, we literally having a good time. Boom, boom, boom. You know, I know what's going on, but I'm kind of like turning the other cheek, not knowing the police been watching my house for 6 months.
Oh my goodness. See, that's the kind of stuff y'all don't always realize.
But I'm just enjoying the going out. I'm enjoying the fun. I'm enjoying the money being spent. You know, my rent being paid and all of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, when it all boils down to it, you know, I'm catching charges. Let's be clear. Four big F's, okay?
Whew.
That I had to get in the boxing ring to get that out. But consequence. 2 years of my life was on hold. You feel what I'm saying?
And some people don't bounce back from them kind of mistakes.
I'm blessed.
And it ain't even like she committed the daggone crime. So it's like you trying to hold a man down can bring you down to his level. You can't bring nobody up. You barely got yourself together.
Absolutely.
When you 19, 20, you might be doing better than your peers, but you ain't got it together. It's so much more life and obstacles you're going to have to face. So you trying to bring somebody else to hold him down because you ain't never had a charge and he said you going to get off. You know, dudes will tell you all kind of stuff.
It's not always a guarantee. I was blessed, but, you know.
Everybody can't afford a lawyer.
Exactly. And, you know, even now, so many people that I meet, you know, young moms or just regular moms who can't get anything in their name because of a charge that they did when they were 19. Can't even get an apartment, can't get, you know, anything in their name, so they gotta kind of like live life on the edge because they decided to do stuff like this back in the day. Because it follows you.
Yeah, because I met a dude and me and him was talking about something one day, and he was telling me how his girlfriend had took a charge for him. And it's like, my thing is, if I'm going to do, I only take my own charges. Like, if I'm going to do some time, it's because I did the crime. I'm not, you don't get to do crime and I'm just.
And I got to do your time?
I got to do your time. Like, while you out here doing other stuff, you talking to other females, you doing more crime. Like, you don't get to just do the crime and put it off on everybody that you sleeping with. Look, everybody you sleeping with got to take a charge here and there.
Oh, yeah, girl. And see, guys that say that, yeah, you know, she was down. She loyal. She took a charge.
The most credit you gonna get.
Yeah, that's really it. That's it. Like
street cred.
What does that amount to?
I'm like, street cred don't transfer into nothing.
Not a thing.
You grow out of street cred.
Man, street cred ain't nothing.
Baby, by the time y'all 35 and 30, like, you should be out the street. So all the street cred you had, you don't even associate with the people that know that.
Absolutely not. And then it starts to look a little lame after a while.
Yeah, if
you having families and stuff, okay.
When you still, oh my God, that's facts.
For real.
When you grown and you still carrying yourself like you did at 19,
and you look lame.
You look so lame.
Those the lame guys.
Oh my God.
You want to be this and be that. Like, man, we raising families. We taking trips.
Exactly.
We doing other things.
I be so happy when I see the hood dudes from like back in the day when they be having their kids on Facebook. Too. You can see they just daddies now.
Like, they are grown.
Working construction and stuff, doing their little job. Like,
I love that. You know, a lot of people used to be like, the streets love me. I love the streets. Those same guys, they work in construction. They got their own businesses. People are seeing bigger than life.
Yeah, they growing out of it.
Yeah.
Now this generation, ooh, like, yeah, I don't have kids, and I'm just gonna put it like that.
We don't have kids. We good aunties.
Yeah, so we here to just help the girls. Like, that's why I said we don't want y'all to make some of the same mistakes we made. Like I said, it's social media is out there, so that's a whole nother factor. Like we said, don't send nudes, you know what I mean? Protect your reputation. Carry yourself with class at all time. If you do know your own toxic traits, work on changing those from this point on. Understand that your reputation is not going to change the same day as your character. Absolutely. So it's all a work in progress, and you're going to have to understand that some people are still going to be judging the old you, but keep working and strive towards the new you, and that's all that really matters, because sooner or later those people won't matter once you level up.
That's a fact. Level up.
All right, and so for the standards portion, We're going to focus on the self-assessment and closing your circle. Sometimes you have to close your friend group off to people that may not be on the same level as you or trying to be on the same level due to sometimes you just grow apart from some people.
That's true.
You know, it's a hurtful thing sometimes, but when I say closing your circle, sometimes when you level up, the people around you, they just can't be happy for you.
Girl, I gotta stand up on that.
They just can't. And
you'll see the signs.
You'll see the signs and you'll feel it, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna hate to have to close your circle to them, but it's only going to be more damaging if you keep that person that you know is not genuinely happy for you around.
Absolutely, because you know what the problem is? Those people that you've been around so long, they're used to this certain type of level or friend that you are.
Yes.
So don't mess around and get saved or get a new job, get some new money, or get a new man.
Or just start taking life serious.
Yes. And just being bigger than what you may have thought.
I don't want to go to the club every weekend no more.
This is not me. You know, we can do this here and there, but you know, you're gonna outgrow friends. You know, I got people that want to be in the after spots 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. At one point in life, I did it too. But
now you got other things going on,
girl, you can't catch me in that. Like, and when you grow, as you grow, your circle may get smaller. You know, intimately, it'll get smaller.
Yep. And you might, it's gonna hurt to let certain people go because, you know, you want to take them to this certain level with you. You always thought that y'all was gonna be at this level together, but everybody don't have your work ethic. And you can't put everybody on your back because they will slow you down instead of you giving them a ride to the top. They'll just slow down your progress.
They will. And you got to know how to see those signs. It's smart to pay attention to, you know, the behaviors and the responses. Like if you have something that you accomplished and your best friend or one of your good friends are not happy for you and act like it hasn't happened.
And they trying to put a lot of self-doubt in you, like it's not that big of a deal.
Do you think you really want to do that? Or pay attention to that. Somebody who ain't really like, you know, hearing what you got to say and, you know, believing in you.
Yep, or when you do accomplish something, they devalue it. And it's like, well, the only reason you got that is because XYZ, so-and-so put you on. Well, I could have did it better. I could have did this. The only reason you wanted.
I would have been there because I could have did this.
Yeah. The only reason you got this because I ain't do it.
Right.
Like, because I was going to answer, but I ain't do it. So that's probably how you want.
That takes me into another thing. Be around people who celebrate you. It's not, I'm not saying it's always about you, but be around people who celebrate you.
They celebrate their friends. Just, that's a character trait. You don't want to be.
It's not a job for them.
Because hanging around a hater, like, it don't just stop with them hating on you. Hear them hating on this girl or that girl.
Pay attention.
Like, I don't even want to be friends with the girl who hating on the new lady at work for no reason.
No.
She ain't did nothing to you. It's just that, she knew, or you don't like you just don't like her. Because you see something in her that you're not giving.
That's that mean girl syndrome.
Because you're going to do that to me too eventually.
Yeah, it's always that thing. If you talking dirt about this person to me, what are you saying about me behind my back? Period.
And I just don't like a hateful spirited person, like friend, just a jealous spirited person.
People that just want to talk about people.
Like that you find something you don't like about everybody. Like,
well, I don't know, they acting. How they acting? Because she was real nice to me.
Exactly. Exactly. And then one thing, because this is all about setting a standard for yourself and the people you're around, the places you go. Like, there's nothing wrong with setting standards and boundaries for yourself. So, like me, my thing was for a long time, I don't do hood clubs or I don't do clubs during the weekday because I knew I can't go to the club and come home and just get up for 6 o'clock in the morning for work.
Right.
Because that alcohol make me sleep harder. It's not the same 4 hours that I would get if I just went to bed at 2.
Exactly.
It's different.
Yeah, it's heavy, you know. You got the hangover.
Exactly.
Coming in. It's just too much. Nope. And I'm not trying to spend $300 on a Tuesday on drinks.
Exactly.
Knowing I gotta go to work at 6 a.m.
Like, I could actually hold off on all this.
Right.
You know?
And then you wake up like, okay, why did I even do all of this?
And I don't feel good. And one thing about the phrase, do birds of a feather flock together? So I take this phrase a lot of different ways. I know how people try to say it in a negative aspect, like, oh, just for women being hoes, pretty much. They say birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
And I've been in a position where a dude has said that to me, and it's like, I personally don't care what people do in their private time. You know, if you want to have different partners, you can. But, like, I bond with my friends on different levels. So, when I had a dude try to say that to me with birds of a feather flock together, he was trying to refer to my friend. And I'm like, but who's to say we're not bonding over being funny, being compassionate people? Yeah, like, common. She's actually funny. She's actually compassionate. She's actually a way better friend than a lot of other these people out here.
But all you see is the negative. What about the positive? And you right, though. It is kind of like your job as a friend to, like, hold on now. We actually do X, Y, and Z together. Like, whatever she do in her own time, that's her business. But we relate on this type of tip.
Exactly. And if that's your real friend, you'll stand up for them, because it's like, I'm not secretly judging her, so I'm not going to bash her to my man. But in her face, you know, I'm just like, oh, you the coolest of the coolest. Like, no, it's not like that. And at the end of the day, his motive for saying that to me, he was messing with her friend, and he knew she was telling me the information, so he was just trying to get me to not be her friend no more. Sneaky. But yeah, so it all boils down to paying attention. You know what I mean?
And looking at those red flags.
Looking at those red flags. Like, okay, now is her sex life actually affecting me? Has she got me set up? Has she put me in any bad predicaments or anything like that? No, she hasn't. So
just don't be out with her at 3:00 in the morning.
Exactly.
With two dudes. Okay. You know what situation to put yourself in.
Exactly.
Now we can do what we do, but, like, okay, if you known for being a hoe, I'm not trying to be with you at 3-4 in the morning with all these dudes, because they're going to think I'm down for the call.
Exactly.
Know where to put yourself.
Exactly.
Period.
And so, another thing I want everybody to think about, this is part of the self-assessment, is, have you ever heard rumors about yourself? And you can take the time to say yes or no. But if you have ever heard a rumor about yourself, was it a true rumor? Because it could be true sometimes.
And it could be cap.
Now, if it was, like, kind of true, like, was it based in the truth, but was a little exaggerated? And also think about what you did to create that issue for yourself. And so what I mean about that is, like I said, if I'm the girlfriend, but every time I go out, I carry myself like I'm single, and I'm letting dudes hike my skirt up over here while we twerking and all this kind of stuff, and I'm chilling with dudes even though I'm not sleeping with them, but I'm going to their house. And then all of a sudden it's a rumor that I'm cheating on my boyfriend, and he hear it. Okay, no, I didn't actually have sex with no dudes, but I did.
What did you do?
I did contribute to the birth of the rumor by doing everything else.
Exactly.
So I can't be like, I don't know where they got that from. Oh, I got it from you chilling over here, and you and the dude in the club over here. So think about those things and be honest with yourself when you self-assess, because that's the only way to level up, is to be honest with yourself. If you do want to have that kind of change in your life, you gotta assess your friends, assess your circle. Mm-hmm.
You gotta know, when to hold them and fold them. Like, pay attention to those signs. That's what I'll say. And again, circling back to, know where to place yourself. Don't put yourself in certain predicaments.
Right.
As far as, birds of a feather flock together, I get the come from, but be smart. Figure out which situations you want to be in and which situations you don't.
Right. And don't let nobody try to make you feel like you promiscuous by just saying that, bird. Well, birds of a feather flock together. Because people only say that to put you down or put down. They trying to make you feel some type of way about yourself, because even the people they talking about might not even be like they think they are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Outside looking in.
I just don't want you hanging with them girls. Like, that's just another way of saying that.
You need to be with them girls.
You just don't need to be with them.
Right.
And so, but if you really are a good friend, always defend your friend. Don't let nobody, try to mess up your friend reputation by trying to judge their character when they don't know them. Like I said, we she might do that, but we bond. She funny. We can bond on other things besides what she do in her private time.
Exactly.
Why do you think I'm with her for what she do in her private time?
Right.
We laugh together. We eat together. She can cook.
And that is your job as a friend. Stand up for your friend. You know, if her reputation is out there, ooh, that brings me to another point. What are you saying about me when I'm not in the room? You got to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know, now, mind you, have you ever found out, you know, has your friend ever said, yeah, girl, they was talking about you, they was saying this.
Ooh.
What'd you say? What was you saying?
Yeah, so they kept going.
How did they even feel comfortable talking about me to you?
Because that's when you're like, so how y'all get to the point where I came up?
Where did it
I
come
need to
from?
know the whole conversation up
Period.
until who dropped my name first and how it come up and who face was looking
I
like
need to
what.
know what's going on.
Everything.
Right.
Why you ain't audio recorded?
All right.
Video recorded.
What did you actually say? And why did they feel so comfortable?
I need you to make them so uncomfortable they know never to come to you again like that.
Don't
I'm
you
like, first of
ever.
all, what you not finna do is say Bree was in his stealing because I
Right.
already know she did, and I hope I'm gonna call Bree and I want her to. I'm gonna let you say that
I
while
want
she
you
on
to
the phone.
repeat it. Yeah. They like, oh dang, she ain't
Or
really
she ain't
playing.
the one to really be talking about people around.
Oh, especially not Brit.
She gonna put us on the spot.
Okay. That's how you kind of like cut the nonsense. And if your friend is not doing that for you, are they truly a real friend?
And that's how you build your reputation as a good friend. I know Bree gonna ride for me. I know, you know what I mean? You know your friends that'll ride for you. So think about the friends you don't know will ride for you.
Exactly.
And assess those.
That's true.
About that.
That's
All
true.
your riders that you never had to question, you don't have no red flags. Because what I say all the time, stuff that we look at as weird during the friendship be a red flag after in hindsight. All them times you be like, dang, every time my boyfriend came around, she did do this.
Right.
Every time we came around the new girl, she was trying to
Acting
play
like
me,
this.
acting funny. So all that little weird behavior that you was looking past, tally it up and be like, no, baby, those is red flags. It ain't weird. People slip and show who they really are. That mask be slipping. That's all it is.
And they be having to put it back on.
Yeah, because if I don't have a mask to be slipping, I'm normal all the time. Why your mask be slipping?
Why your mask slipping?
Why you be acting different sometimes when I'm consistent?
It ain't adding up.
I don't have to do this with my other friends. My other friends don't catch attitudes over this, that, the other.
It's like, nah, I gotta watch you.
So that's it for the standards and the self-assessment. Just take time to think about friend groups that you've been in, relationships, who you had to X out, friends that might be around you today that you know you've been getting a little weird signal from. This might be your sign to really say, okay, girl, let me take a step back from you. It don't have to be real dramatic. You ain't got to tell them. Just, be real soft. Just be real cordial when they reach out to you, but don't do the most. You ain't got to hang around these people.
Absolutely
And you don't owe them no explanation. I'm busy. I'm living life. I'm leveling up. I'm focusing on things. You know?
That's it.
Yeah.
There's this thing where it say the power in just saying no. No is the answer. Period.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow up with no because I got to do this. No. If you don't want to do something, no. The answer is no. No. That's the strongest response you can ever say. Learn how to say no.
And don't let nobody pressure you into like, but why? If you don't, you're not obligated to do anything.
No.
You know,
it's good enough. No, I'm good.
And people have to respect that.
That's
sometimes.
me all day. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. and you gonna see who respect your boundaries too when you just say no.
That's true.
You know, because it's like, as friends, real friends, I know what my friends got going on. They know what I got going on. So it's like, I ain't gonna ask, but something I know they not capable of, or something that's gonna impose on them either.
Right.
So
you're right about that. Listen, a real friend ain't gonna push your boundaries. They gonna be like, okay, nah, I know Bree, she ain't really with that. So
right. I'm not gonna ask to throw a party in your Airbnb.
Right.
For free, off the trip. And then when my sister come to town, you can stay at my homegirl Airbnb for free. She ain't gonna charge me because that's my homegirl. I could be making some money, or I already got it booked. So think about stuff like that. People using your resources. Motives.
Yeah.
So take that time. I know it say the little prayer that everybody says, but you hate the results of when you ask God to reveal in your life who is not there for you.
God showed me who is against me and not for me.
Okay? So it's painful when you see the ones go that have to go, but I tell you, certain people are not meant to be in your life when you level up. Sometimes
Amen.
you don't get certain blessings. You blocking your own blessings by having them people in your life, because God is not giving them those blessings. He's giving them to you. And as long as you want to bring them along with you, you're going to have to wait.
Absolutely. And as soon as you clear that out, your blessings will overflow.
You turn into a whole different person.
And that goes for toxic friends, toxic men, toxic women, family, anything. Sometimes you have to literally clear your circle and kind of like purify it. Purify that circle and just watch how things happen for you. Watch how your blessings overflow. Watch how everything, like, oh, you've been wanting to do this for 5 years and it's finally coming into play.
Because now you don't have that person in your mind telling you can't do it.
It's not a coincidence.
Yep.
It's not a coincidence. You literally, and sometimes, even outside of people, sometimes you got to check yourself. What energy am I giving off?
Right.
What bad habits do I have?
Yep.
What can I change about myself?
And you have to be honest. You can't think you're the perfect one, that you just don't do no wrong and there's nothing at all for you to change. Ask your friends, or think about what things have people told you in the past you keep hearing. If somebody has told you time and time again, you got an attitude problem. You heard from different people all your life that you got an attitude problem, or you got a temper problem, or you don't listen.
That's true.
Or you don't communicate well. Okay, so obviously different people in different walks of life from different stages of your life have told you this. At certain points, you have to self-assess and do better.
You gotta take heed to it. You gotta take heed to it.
You're going to be going in circles because you're not changing.
Absolutely. You got to find out also, like, another little rule of thumb, like, are you a giver or a taker? In life, period. I remember playing this game at this seminar I went to, and literally we had to kind of stand in a line in a circle, and people have to walk up to you and see or say whatever they thought about you, whether you were a giver or a taker. Giving might mean you just a nice person, you always doing this and that. It ain't about monetary. It might be giving your time, giving your love, giving your attention. But a taker, have you ever been around somebody and they just take all your energy? Whether that's complaining, whether that's just overloading you with stuff.
Trauma dumping.
I mean, Jesus, like, I called you because I wanted to talk about some good news, and you giving me all your trauma. Trauma dumping. That is a taker. You're needy. You always need something. Like, when can I retrieve?
You calling me to make you feel better or about your stuff, but as soon as I get to talk my mind, you gotta go.
You can't
give me no energy. I can't get no energy
because you are a taker. You're not a giver.
I only get you on the phone when you going through something and you calling me to vent.
And sometimes you have those relationships where just notice those type of friends. Y'all don't ever talk about anything positive, right? Y'all always talking about negative stuff and who cheated on who fighting who. That's toxic now. We got to notice what type of stuff is toxic.
Right. It's like, you got to realize you can't even have a conversation with substance with all your friends. And you start realizing, like, dang, every time I try to talk to her something about our future or something, she like, girl, ain't nobody worried about that. Because as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that, like, oh, okay, I have friends with different mindset levels. Like, I got this set of friends over here I can talk to about the future and all that kind of stuff. And I got another friend or two that's a boring conversation. They're not even trying to hear it. They can't even
dazed off. They can't relate.
Yeah, they can't even get on that level of thought. So it's just like,
Like, oh, that's what's up, girl.
Oh my God, that's what's up. Like,
moving to the next.
They ain't got nothing else to add.
They don't know what to say.
Nope.
Okay,
and so I thank y'all for listening today, and that's the end of our standard segment. Next, we're gonna go to the woman to woman. Okay, and before we get into the woman-to-woman segment, I want to give a special shout-out to everybody who listened, subscribed, and shared that first episode. It did very well, and I just want to thank all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Y'all don't know how much it means to me, and so I want to thank you for listening to that one. I want to thank you for listening to this episode, and let's just keep the movement and momentum going, and share this one so we can keep the community growing. And I hope we can use all this to help the next generation, for real. Like, because it's a lot of things that we experienced that we weren't warned about. So I just want to be that, cautionary tale that these girls can learn from, because we all have stories, and I can learn from your story, you can learn from mine, and we can help the next generation the same way. All right, now to get into the woman to woman segment, I just want to sum up some of the things we were talking about today. And basically, just always carry yourself with class and respect, because you never know when having a good character can save you from slander. Like me and Bree stated before, if people know you to be a certain type of person, somebody just can't come in and just throw a wrench on your name or throw salt on your name like that. And everybody's just going to believe it. They're going to have at least show some receipts, because your character is going to precede your reputation. So always keep that in mind. And be conscious of who and what situations you put yourself in. I know sometimes you don't always know what situation you're going to end up in, but that's kind of why you have to be conscious of who you putting yourself around. Does this friend like to hang out in risky situations? Do they like to smoke and you don't like to smoke? Do they like to hang out with groups of dudes they met at the bus stop and you don't? So if you know that this is that type of person, you can't hang with them under certain circumstances, because it will put you at risk. So always try to be aware of your own safety. I know sometimes you want to seem cool and all that kind of stuff, but you can't be cool and kidnapped at the same time, or cool and, anything worse. So, and that's kind of more focused to the young girls, because when grown-ups, we kind of become aware of who and what kind of situations or how to get out of a situation. But when you're a teenager, you don't have or even know all the options you have to get out of a situation. You're scared to call your mama because she don't know you even over here. You don't realize that your mama would rather come get you from the bando that your homegirl got you at with these guys than you end up not coming home at all. So that's why I just feel like if we tell them ahead of time, that might make them conscious and aware and catch the flag before the situation actually happens. And another thing is, I meant to touch on earlier, is keep your business to yourself. It's hard to have your business all out in the street if you don't tell nobody your business. Now, the other person can tell, but for you, on the most part, keep your business to yourself. Don't tell your homegirls or your friends stuff that you don't want 2 or 3 other people knowing, because sometimes it's like that, especially like in those younger circles and groups. I mean, it happens at all ages, but in high school and middle school and stuff like that, it's just a lot worse. So, and you got to keep in mind that y'all could be best friends now. Y'all might have been best friends for the past 2 years. But if y'all fall out, you don't know if that person is going to go and tell all your business. So don't tell them anything you don't want their boyfriend knowing, or anything you don't want them spreading if y'all were to fall out. And when you do your self-assessment, just reflect on how you felt if you did ever hear your name in the street. And when you reflect, okay, was it true? How did I contribute to it? Am I still, having them same behaviors? Because if you still have those same behaviors, you know what you need to change. Just anybody, all of us, we need to focus on our toxic traits and work on changing those. And it's not going to be easy. It's not an overnight process. But if we want to be better, that's the kind of work we have to do.
Okay, ladies, now, I know we covered a lot today, and I hope, there was a lot of information that poured into you. I just want to say something, because I love connecting with women. Let's talk about beauty, okay? Know exactly who you are. It doesn't matter, if you're the physical, beauty is within, right? And when we're talking about brains, have some substance, always be learning, always be evolving, so you're able to better yourself, because life be happening, right? And you got to keep going, and you got to elevate. And then strength, you got to be strong enough to cut that person off that's toxic. You got to be strong enough to get through your trials, your tribulations, because life ain't going to be easy. You still got to keep it pushing and keep it moving, right? and your standards. You better know who you are, okay? You better have some self-worth. You got to have some standards. And don't take no mess, period, okay? You got to be a whole lot of woman.
Okay, so that's the end of episode 2. I'll see you guys next month. And don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend, and you can even leave me a voice note if you want to give me feedback or you want to tell a story of how, you had a friend mess up your reputation or you heard something about yourself. Whatever you want to let me know, we can put it in the future episode, or you can just give us feedback on what kind of topics you want to hear about in the future. But thanks again for listening to the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast, and you ladies have a great day.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of. I've been refined, beauty's divine. All things in God's time. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman.